How you doing?
I'm good. What's?
It's I'm gonna let you figure it out, or I'll tell you.
Tell me.
Die Hard, Alan Rickman.
Yes.
Fallen.
Yes. Okay.
First of all, congratulations. You did a great job with this.
Thank you.
Talk a little bit about like what it was like for you, because you've never taken on something like this, and the responsibility of directing such an important work, and you know what I mean? Like, what was that like for you before stepping on set that first day?
Both that day was nerve-wracking and exciting and stressful and also peaceful when you look up and you're like, whoa, I'm living in my purpose. I'm doing the thing that I've always wanted to do now. Here we are. But when you're making something that means so much to so many people, there's a huge responsibility that comes with it. But when you're making something that you're passionate about, that you believe in, with people that you love being around and are so excited to work with, the obstacles of the day become so great that you don't have time to stress about it. It's like you just have to get to work right away and make the thing real, because you know that you're trying to honor a community and show the experience of a community and have that love come through. So you just have to get to work. You can't even stress about it.
I'm so curious. So obviously Sam is like a titan, and he's worked with August Wilson since the 80s.
Yes.
So what is it like with directing your brother, Sam, Michael, like this titan group of actors on set those first few days where you're getting your sea legs and you're also trying to, you know what I mean? Like, what is that like? It's
so cool because they bring so much experience into the room. They bring decades of connection to this material into the room. And whatever you thought before, when you sit down with them, you're like, okay, we're doing something major here. We're doing something important. And there's nerves that come with that. But what makes Sam so incredible of a performer is he's so free and he's so present. He's so present when he starts working, that the first take of the first day, the first shot that we did, the first take, he just did something so unexpected and so funny that it kind of broke away all the fear that you have, because you're like, oh yeah, we got Sam. Sam's a movie star doing movie star stuff, and I'm so excited to work with it. So from that moment, you kind of just like, okay, let's just get into the work now.
So I'm fascinated by the editing process because it's where it all comes together.
Yes.
So this is one of those, like, did you actually have deleted scenes? Like, what was it like in the editing room for this one?
Incredible. I worked with a hero of mine, an incredible editor, in Leslie Jones. She cut some of my favorite work, Thin Red Lines and The Master and Punch Drunk Love, these movies that raised me as a filmmaker. Once we got working together, we became really kindred spirits. And there's a lot of things that ended up on the cutting room floor. There's a lot of exciting things, unfortunately, but I think ultimately we made the best movie with the material that we had. But there's a lot of tones that we have to balance in this film. Right, it's a really full experience. There's this genre, that's horror genre element. There's this comedic tone to it. There's like a grounded spiritual quality to the film. This kind of ethereal quality to the film. Lots of different music. So dancing between all these rhythms and languages and tones was really what we spent a lot of time balancing.
Well, I specifically want to talk about the third act without spoilers.
Okay.
Because it becomes a little bit of a different movie in the third act. It's been building towards it, but it needs to feel earned when you get there. So talk a little bit about figuring out how to get there and then the third act.
Yeah. So it has to feel earned. And our way of doing that is reconciling, setting up all of these themes that have to be reconciled in the end. Themes both in the text, in the story, but also conceptual themes of spirituality, spiritual practice that have to be reconciled, themes of what each of the characters are all running from, these things that they have to confront, that the whole movie is seeking confrontation. And when you get that confrontation in the end, what comes out of that? And then moving through that kind of confrontation and explosion of all these things, and landing in a place of peace and healing, is coming through that storm, weathering the storm, and then coming out on the other side changed. And that was something that was always the arc of the film, was always going to be bred into that ending, because we're asking the audience to take a big leap with us, but ultimately where we land, I think, is so powerful and impactful that it was worth the journey.
you definitely did such a great job with this. And I know that your dad wants to adapt all of August's work. Are you already thinking about doing another one because you obviously know what you're doing?
I thank you. I think what's been so exciting about this is that this is the third one so far. There's been 3 different voices that have brought their voice to it. You know, George C. Wolfe is an iconic theater director, and he works in a kind of way cinematically. And my dad also comes from performance-driven stuff, and that was evident in his adaptation. I represent a different generation, and I brought my generation to this. So I hope that they continue to bring new voices to it, and allow August to speak through other filmmakers and other experiences and other points of view, because I think that will make this whole thing feel even more special.
I agree with that. That actually is, look, whatever you do next, I'm looking forward to seeing it, and
it.
Really congrats on this.
Thank you so much.